This is a model built all across this country, all across this world as well, and that simply means that compassion is more than kindness. It's more than charity. It's using your gifts and talents to lift up your neighbor, building a stronger community through service, particularly within a time of crisis. In the city, we are going to center compassion in everything that we do. We've always done so, whether it's transforming systems to serve individuals who are in need, and also empowering those individuals through whether restorative justice and through equity. I want you to join me and my team and the Human Services Cabinet led by Reggie Gordon, who's the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Human Services. And please use our website, rvastrong.org, the way to continue to exhibit your compassion for your fellow neighbor in this community. There at rvastrong.org, you will find a compassionate connector, and there you can pledge to prioritize compassion in acts, big and small, whether it's the Giving Wall, whether it's the Robbins Foundation work, or even helping those who are in need of just some of the simplest things, like that over at the Giving Wall. I think all of us can galvanize behind that one principle of compassion. Today, I want to thank Molly Reinhardt of Befriend, the force behind the effort, and all the members of the Human Services team as well, Reggie, for their continuing work to connect others through compassion. Well, I'm very grateful for your work, but also grateful for the work of others who can't be physically in this room today, who are continuing to look out for those who are part of the underserved. And we all know that we are a stronger community when we look out for the least of these, particularly in this trying time. So thank you, Molly, and thank you, Reggie, as well. Thank you guys so much. And speaking of compassion, compassion also serves us in a time where we know that some of the basic essentials to living your life throughout a pandemic can be challenging. As I've stated in the past, a lot of folks have a plan B in a situation like this, particularly you're living paycheck to paycheck. But now if you're 8 weeks within this crisis, the plan A, the plan B, the plan C, the plan D, all out of the window. And that's why we have been grateful for a number of great organizations who have stepped up through this crisis. We have been monitoring the state of Richmond's food system throughout the pandemic of COVID-19. And today I'm joined by members of that team that help us monitor. It's Doug Pick from Feedmore and also Reggie Gordon, a part of the city of Richmond. This work includes subject matter experts on the food bank system, state and federal food policy, the restaurant community, and more. Today, I stand confident that our food access community in Richmond, of the work that they've done here in Richmond, and also that the status of the food system is secure. So the main purpose of this group is to cover any emerging gaps and bolster the structure and reach of an already robust apparatus within Central Virginia. We know that the food bank system is in good shape here locally, but we've also seen and heard a number of stories throughout this country, as far west as San Francisco and Las Vegas and parts of the Northeast as well, where there has been some challenging. Folks who've never thought they would have to depend on a food bank or a food pantry are now showing up in lines waiting for a meal. I also want to recognize the work of Richmond Public Schools as well on the distribution of food items on a daily basis, particularly getting them through the weekends. I hear the busiest day is preparing for Thursdays so they can get folks the amount of food necessary through the weekends as well. These individuals, these entities, alongside the work of Doug Pick at Feedmore, have been essential to our relief efforts locally. And today I wanted I wanted to make sure Doug said a couple words, but also I wanted to make sure that folks know that the federal government recently announced that Virginia has qualified for the pandemic EBT program. This program is meant to provide nutrition support to families throughout the city of Richmond, and all students who qualify for free and reduced lunch will benefit from the pandemic EBT program. Every family will roughly $370 per child through EBT. We're grateful for the helpful buffer. $370 over the coming 65 days will be meaningful to a lot of families who, as I've said, lost Plan A, lost Plan B, lost Plan C, lost Plan D. But there's more that we obviously can do, and we still need an expansion of SNAP benefits for our residents. And with many people who have never entered into this social safety net, never been unemployed, this is a whole new world for a number of people. And that expansion will help ensure that those individuals don't fall through the gap.